All right, that, by the way, that voice you just heard happens to just only be the archer of the century. That it was Daryl O. Pace from Hamilton, Ohio, and Daryl is the DOS here at this event, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen Olivia Dean 4 times this season. This is her 4th appearance at a USAT final. She has taken 2 of the 3 that she has shot so far. And her opponent is an Aggie from Texas A&M University, and that is Carson Krahe.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Olivia has been a pillar of the USAT series this year. Now we have Carson, new face, so it'll be interesting to see how this match goes.
And we're ready to rock and roll. Olivia's going to be shooting first on target number 1. It is 50 meters to the target. It's an 8-centimeter 10 ring. Wind conditions, Justin, what are you seeing out there?
We're seeing a nice left to right breeze. Looks pretty consistent.
Opening arrow dead center from Olivia. Almost took out the spider. That is making a statement to start. And a 10. So Todd on raw score, and Olivia opening with an X. Here comes her second shot. And another 10. Could be a 10X liner, but it looks just out of the X ring. As you are watching their form and I'm watching the target, tell us what you're seeing, Justin.
Well, it seems like Olivia right off the bat is, her rhythm and timing is on cue. She's getting up to anchor. The release is firing.
Not wasting any time.
No.
Yeah, really solid shot. 9 points on that shot. So we could be looking at a tie here, potentially. Carson needs a 10 to tie. It is a 9, and so we have a 1-point lead for Olivia with a total of 12 arrows remaining in this gold medal final here in Dublin, Ohio.
Yeah, it looks like Aggie Nation's starting to take over on these gold medal matches these days.
You're not wrong. Texas A&M, of course, you know, with Frank and Lorena down there at Texas A&M, coaching for many years now. Always a powerhouse program for the sport of archery, for USA Archery, and for almost the Olympic Games this year. You know, with Trenton Cowles having been our finalist for our Olympic team, which unfortunately was not able to qualify to go at the very last opportunity. But, you know, Brady Ellison there in Paris today. A lot of action happening, of course, earlier today at the Olympic Games. You know, we've been seeing the USA team, women's team, the only team we've got there in the standard team round, having a tough time, tough opening to their Olympic Games. They lost 5-1 to a very strong team from Chinese Taipei. And you know, it's a learning opportunity, and it's also a good opportunity for Casey Caulfield to mentally set herself up to hopefully do very well with Brady Ellison later on for the mixed team final. Another gold medal opportunity for Team USA, Justin.
Yeah, not only that, but it gives Catalina and Jennifer both also some reps out there on the field. That'll help them in the individual matches as well.
Absolutely. And, of course, this is Jennifer's second Olympic Games. It's first Olympic Games for Catalina, if I'm not mistaken. So.
Yes.
All right, second end with the scores official and on the board. And you can follow the scores, by the way, on betweenends.com. Trailing by 1 point. So it's going to be Carson shooting first on target number 2. Carson with an 8 on the downwind side, maybe not bubbling off quite enough to make up for the wind.
Yeah, the wind seemed to have picked up a little bit more this end.
It's fairly steady, Justin. I don't think we're seeing much variation. A tall arrow, a 9 for Olivia. Still now a 2-point lead.
But once Carson makes adjustments here.
Carson up. She went too far on the upwind side this time. It's perfectly level with the center of the 10 ring, but it is on the upwind side at 9 o'clock in the 9 ring. And Olivia, it's just out in the 9, and it is downwind. Perfect height, though. Okay, nice shot from Carson to finish on that end. Solid 10. And Olivia extends her lead with an X on that shot. 10 points for the two-time winner so far of the 4 USAT events this year. She's got 2 gold medals, 1 silver medal, looking to make it another gold medal today. But Carson Krahe from Texas A&M is going to try to stand in her way. 9 arrows to go in this gold medal final.
Yeah, and you could tell the wind was definitely adding to the inconsistency with their shooting there, because normally these girls would be just shooting 30s in this type of 50-meter pressure.
Temperature conditions right now have us at about 88 degrees Fahrenheit, and the humidity level is fairly high here, Justin. I don't think that, honestly, that makes a big difference in terms of arrow flight. We're, maybe 600 feet above sea level here, and these are very much like the conditions that you and I used to enjoy not too far from here when we had U.S. Nationals in Ohio.
These conditions actually, until recently, in the last couple hours, have been pretty much how I experienced in California.
Yeah.
There's a few times I came out of the hotel room during this week and was like, I'm in Ohio? This doesn't seem right.
It was a beautiful morning this morning, 64 degrees.
Yesterday I had to wear a sweatshirt, so the humidity's built up a little bit. It's nice that we're sitting underneath this canopy here and have the nice breeze.
Yeah.
But that's because we're not shooting.
Yeah, at the moment.
All right. Out there shooting probably has something different to say about it.
No doubt. Coming up after this women's gold medal final, and it's officially on the board now. Carson's going to be shooting first. And we're looking at a 2-point lead for Olivia Dean. 9 arrows remaining in this gold medal women's final. The compound bow not yet accepted to the Olympic Games, but efforts being made in that area to try to get them into a future version of an Olympic round, potentially sometime in the 2030s. Carson with an X. That is really a good shot.
See if Olivia can match it.
And no is the answer. So now it's a 1-point separation in favor of Olivia. And it's a 9 on the upwind side. She might have aimed off or bubbled off just a skosh too much on that shot, Justin.
Yeah, I could see her bow moving a little bit. So
notice how good her alignment is. I'm speaking of Carson here. And Olivia just delivered another 10 X ring. And there's a 9. So Olivia has a chance to regain the lead by 2 rather than just 1. And there it is. So with 6 arrows to go, Olivia Dean maintaining a 2-point lead. And in the compound game, a 2-point lead can sometimes be quite a lot.
Definitely. It's all depends on this wind starting to die down now, and it makes it even more of a taller task to be able to catch up those 2 points.
I noticed something with Carson's form, and that is that she's got nearly perfect alignment from what I could tell. You notice where her elbow is with relation to her draw? It appears to me that she has got a very ideal alignment from the perspective of a compound shooter.
And also she's shooting a hinge, which is very interesting because from what I've been hearing from the compounds, a lot of them tend to want to use a button when you're shooting this wind.
Yeah, and
because a hinge is kind of harder to get off the shot.
Well, you're waiting for it, right? Yeah. So a hinge is basically activated by back tension and the rotation of your hand and wrist. What happens is you get into your anchor, and as you start to pull, there's a sear that starts to disengage, and as soon as that thing trips, the shot goes off. Now, if you do it correctly, you're not supposed to know when it happens. But a button, as Justin was just referring to, that is actually actually meant to be shot the same way, but often people will actually reach down and actually physically press on it and make it go. And in the wind, for some shooters,
it can be an advantage.
For some mental games, not all. All right, we are back in action. 86 points on the board and a 3-point lead now officially for Olivia. Carson will be shooting first on target 2. We're into the penultimate end here, and there's a 10. Olivia giving up a point of her lead. She has a 9 on that shot. At 9, just about 5 o'clock, about a centimeter out of the 10 ring. And there is an arrow on the upwind side. Good height in the 9 ring. 9 o'clock. I don't know, Justin. I'm thinking that, yeah, there's another arrow downwind this time. And now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we're looking at still a 2-point lead for Olivia. And there's a 9 from Carson. By the way, Justin, if you look at Olivia's target, she's got absolutely nothing to the left side of the center, except that one. That's an 8, and it went out at 7 o'clock.
The broadcaster jinx.
I hope not. But there it is. First arrow out of the gold for Olivia, and that could have been quite costly because I think she just gave up her lead. We'll wait for the official score.
Might be a 1-point lead still.
Yeah, you called it. 1-point lead for Olivia with 3 shots to go.
Yeah, and this is outdoors. You can never stop that wind, but sometimes you like to see it just be dead calm. That way you can see the two archers putting their true skill up against each other.
Well, you know, one thing I've noticed is unlike some of the other venues we've shot so far this year, there are no large structures between us and the horizon on the windward side, meaning I can look probably almost a kilometer and not see anything between us and the source of the wind, right? Whereas in Arizona and San Diego, we've got buildings, we've got, you know, formations. Here, it's pure wind.
10.
And a 10 from Carson on that shot. It's a liner. I'm going to trust that Daryl Pace knows how to call a 10, so I'll accept it. And there's a 10. They're both liners. And they're both out the upwind side, out the left side.
So Olivia's got her 1-point lead. With
Yeah, and there's another liner and another 10. This is coming down to very, very fine margins here. Olivia with a 10.
10.
We could be looking at a 10-10-10. Now, if Olivia delivers a 10-10-10, it's academic. It's over. If she shoots a 9, we're looking at a shoot-off. And it's an 8.
Oh.
It is an 8.
Carson might have won.
We will wait. We will wait for the official call, but it sure looks like at the very last shot, we have a new winner in the annals of USA Archery. We'll find out in a moment here. Waiting for the call from the line judge. And the scores are coming in. And that means that we have a new gold medalist It is Carson Krahe from Texas A&M. Olivia Dean with her second silver medal, making it all the way to the finals in all 4 USAT events. Certainly a record to be proud of for Olivia, but Carson will be our winner here today.
Go Aggies.
Yeah, Richard is going to head down to the field of play in a moment. We're going to hear some words from our new champion.